Hey everyone, Brian here from Gaming, and for today's episode of Kenneth Game, we will test the new Infinix Note 40 Pro and see how it will handle top-played mobile games from casual to graphically intensive ones. Taking a peek under the hood, the Infinix Note 40 Pro packs a 6nm MediaTek Dimensity 720 chipset and a hefty 8GB of RAM. Our own device benchmark shows an Antutu benchmark and Geekbench 6 single-core score and multi-core score. But numbers are just numbers, right? So the real question here is, can it game? We're putting it through its paces with a lineup of popular games, starting with Mobile Legends, Call of Duty Mobile, LoL Wild Rift, Asphalt 9, Genshin Impact, and Honkai Star Rail. As usual, our gaming test criteria consider its average frame rates per second through half an hour of gameplay, and its temperature to see its thermal management. So without further ado, here are the gaming test results. The first game that we will test is Mobile Legends. This game is optimized for most devices and it is not quite graphically resource demanding for a mobile game. It's the kind of game you can sink hours into without even realizing it. But fear not, because the Infinix Note 40 Pro is more than up to the task. The result shows that Infinix Note 40 Pro can handle Mobile Legends. With all resources fully downloaded and at a max graphics settings, we can say that the Infinix Note 40 Pro handles this game easily. Averaging 60 frames per second all throughout our 30 minutes gameplay, the thermal management is quite stable, maintaining its temperature at about 52 degrees Celsius. The next game that we will test is Call of Duty Mobile, an FPS game. I'd say this is a medium graphically intensive game. These FPS games also demand precision and speed, and the Infinix Note 40 Pro delivers. It can handle Call of Duty Mobile well, with a consistent frame rate of 60 frame rates per second through half an hour of gameplay. Also, the device runs warm through on this game at 60 degrees. But at this temperature, the Infinix Note 40 Pro still maintains the stability at this game. The graphics settings are set at highest settings possible, so lowering graphics settings might improve thermal for this game. Next is LoL Wild Rift, also a mobile game. This game is resource demanding in terms of storage and graphics, which pushes the limits of the device with its stunning visuals and fast-paced gameplay. But guess what? The Infinix Note 40 Pro is more than ready for the challenge. Running at high graphics quality, it maintains a battery-smooth 60 frames per second throughout our game test. And while it does warm up a bit, hitting around 60 degrees Celsius, it's nothing to worry about. The Infinix Note 40 Pro keeps its composure, ensuring you stay in the game without missing a beat. Moving on to Asphalt 9, where speed is the name of the game. The Infinix Note 40 Pro can handle Asphalt 9 with no sweat. Well, no sweat might be the right term as this game runs a little bit warm at 55 degrees. But Asphalt 9 stability on this phone through is on the decent side, running at an average frame rate of 60 frames per second with all at max out graphics settings. Next is the Genshin Impact, a graphically intensive game. This open-world RPG is a feast for the eyes, but it's also a serious test of any device horsepower. For the Genshin Impact, which is a resource-demanding game, runs okay on this phone at medium settings, averaging about 32 frames per second, while at high graphics, Genshin Impact only runs at an average 26 frames per second. Expect this phone to run a little hot on this game as it reaches 63 degrees after our 30 minutes of gameplay. Last is the Honkai Star Rail. This graphically intensive game puts the Infinix Note 40 Pro to the test, and it quite does the job. For Honkai Star Rail, which is another graphically intensive game, is quite decent at medium settings, running at an average frame rate of 34 frames per second, but at higher graphic settings, the phone starts to slow down. And we also experience frame drops from time to time on both settings, running only at an average frame rate of 18 FPS, which for us is still quite playable but not recommended for long gaming hours, as this device ran hot on this game. averaging about 60 degrees Celsius. So, can the Infinix Note 40 Pro game? The verdict is yes. The Infinix Note 40 Pro proved itself as a reliable companion for your gaming needs, offering decent performance and graphics, with slight hiccups and an average touch response speed, and also a decent heat management across a variety of games. Whether you're a casual gamer or a hardcore enthusiast, the Note 40 Pro has got you covered. And that's it. What phone would you like us to do a gaming review next? Comment your suggestion down below, and if you find this video very helpful, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. This has been Brian, and see you again on the next one.